Hey guys, it's Jacqueline and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so today we are going to be doing this really nice bronzy, glowy, dewy, no makeup look. This is just going to be a really great, easy, simple look for you guys to do going into summer. If you want to go hang out by the pool with your girlfriends and drink some margaritas and, have a nice little photo shoot, or if you guys want to go to any of the beaches. We don't really have beaches in Edmonton. Like, we do have beaches, but they're man-made, or if they're not man-made, it's kind of like a slough for the most part. But we actually do. I mean, like, Wabamun Lake's pretty nice. But anyways, if you guys, are just, like, doing anything outside and you just want to have, like, that nice, healthy glow, this is definitely the look for you. So keep watching. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I've already done my skincare routine, and a really good skincare routine is something that is going to absolutely make or break a no makeup look, or any makeup look for that matter. I am going to be doing a skincare video later on. So yeah, that is super important. So I've already washed and toned and put a serum on my face. And then I did do a moisturizer as well. Yeah, after doing that, the next thing I'm gonna do is go in and prime. And I went and got this little set from MAC, and it's so cute. It's a tiny little, it's just a sample bottle, but it's from their Prep and Prime collection. I usually just use like the regular bottle, but today I am using the Natural Radiance. It's Radiant Yellow. So just kind of sticking with that radiant, no makeup summery. I'm gonna take this and I just use my fingers and I just warm it up in my hands a bit, and then I'm just gonna go over my entire face. If you don't prime your skin, please change that. It is gonna make a huge difference whether you're wearing minimal amounts of makeup or you are wearing a full face of makeup. It's gonna help if you're oily, if you're dry. It really just helps to maintain the integrity of your foundation and your entire routine. And it kind of like borders on the line of makeup and skincare. And I absolutely love primers. They just kind of diffuse your skin a little bit and make it look really, really flawless. Then it's also, just really great for the rest of your makeup routine, especially if you want to wear it all day, if it's in the sun, or if you're working, just to kind of maintain that look. So the next thing I'm going to use, and oh my gosh, this is so nice. This is Fix Plus Gold Light. I actually got it in this little kit from MAC, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's just a limited edition. This is the Hyper Real Prep Set Gold kit that I got. So it is a $56 kit, and it has a $71 value. Yeah. And it has a full strobe cream, a full Fix Plus Gold Light, and then it had like this tiny cute little sample of the Prep and Prime, what is it called? Primer. Yeah, next thing I'm gonna do is just spray my face with the Fix Plus. I haven't used this yet, so I'm really excited to try it. Oh, did I just break it? So you just gives a nice little mist. Oh, I gotta give it a spray because I haven't used it yet. Oh, I love Fix Plus. It smells so good. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in and do my brows really quick. If you did want a really quick alternative to doing your brows, especially if this is something like a look that you just want to do really, really quickly, you can go and actually get a, there's a little mirror here. You can go and get a brow stencil. I know Anastasia Beverly Hills sells them. I actually went to go try and find a stencil for this look, and I couldn't find one. So if you find one, use it. It's probably not something I would use every day, but for a really quick look, especially if you're just going to the beach or the pool or something, yeah, it is something that I would encourage people to use. Okay, so since this is a no makeup look, we don't want to go too aggressive and heavy with the brows. I do like a more dramatic, thick brow, but that's not what we're going for in this look. Not my vibe today. So I'm just going to take my brow mascara from NYX in Brunette and just kind of, not do that. Okay, let's go to the other brow here. I'm just going to really gently comb up the brows. I am just gonna go and clean up my brow really quickly. This is not a step that you have to do, especially if you do have that brow tool. It's gonna make it a lot easier. Or if you do have a really like nice, natural, thick, full brow, then it will make it a little bit easier. Something that you could do even if you do have a really nice natural shape to your brow is you might not even need to fill them in. You can literally just use like a brow gel, brow mascara, or just, yeah, use like a clear gel or a clear mascara and just really groom them and then just go under with concealer. So you can take away like filling them in all together. So yeah, I just went underneath my eyes with, underneath my brow with a bit of concealer, and now I'm just taking a damp beauty blender and just blending it in. Again, we don't want to look like we are wearing makeup, so we don't want a bunch of like concealer on our eyes. Okay, next thing that we are going to do is we're going to go in with some strobe cream. This is one of my faves. I also got this in the lovely little kit from MAC. So this is a Golden Light Strobe Cream. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this and put some on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it on all of the high points of my face, just because it is really luminous. We don't want to put it on our entire face. We don't want to look greasy, but we just want to look, oh yeah, we just want to look nice and glowy. Do that up here, maybe in like a little C shape. I'm just using my fingers for a lot of this. I'm gonna use very minimal brushes. Let's put a little bit on the chin. When you're highlighting too, you want to avoid any areas that have blemishes on them because you don't want to highlight that. You want to be able to cover that. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit on my nose. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go in with a little brush. Why can't I find it? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use my Morphe M501. It's just like a little tapered brush here. And I'm just going to pat that into my skin. So we're just blending this into the skin, just making it look really seamless and flawless. Okay, beautiful. So now that we are looking all glowy and glam, we are just gonna go in and do a little bit of a spot corrector. So if you have any sort of breakouts or blemishes, this would be the time to go and do it. So now there's two ways that we can go here. If you want it to be like really natural, you could go in just with a concealer and yeah, just kind of spot correct. If you have any blemishes, go underneath those dark circles and kind of be done with that, and then we can go in with some blush. Or you could take a really sheer foundation, a BB cream, or a like a tinted moisturizer and do that. I am gonna kind of show you guys a little bit of both, I guess. So I'm gonna go in and with my NYX concealer pencil in the shade Honey Beige, and I'm just gonna go under my eyes really quickly and go into any blemish that I have. So if you are using a concealer, and if this is the last point for you and this last step for you in this process in terms of like covering up your skin, then you do want to do a really good job of blending it out, just because we don't want it to look like we are wearing makeup. So we do just want to, really get in there and just buff it out. So I really went in under my eyes, and now any point that I have a blemish, I'm gonna take my same brush, and rather than doing kind of like windshield wiper motions, I'm just gonna kind of stamp it rather than buffing it. So if that was the last step in concealing for you, then just kind of disregard the next step. But for some of you that do maybe want to go in with a foundation or just something like a little bit more to go over your skin just to cover it a bit more, I do have a couple options for you. So you can go in with a BB cream. This is from Physicians Formula. You can literally get this at the drugstore. I think it was like 15 bucks. Which is pretty good for a BB cream. This is in light medium. And a BB cream is just a blemish blender, blemish corrector. I cannot think of it right now. It gets rid of your, gone, okay. But yeah, this will cover up any sort of redness or blemish or imperfection. And the really great thing about this line as well is it does have SPF in it. I think quite a few of them have SPF, so that is a good option if you wanted to do that. Or a really great sheer coverage foundation is Face and Body from MAC. And yeah, it's really lightweight. You honestly don't need a lot of it, and it goes a long way. It's a beautiful foundation, and this is in C2. I'm gonna use each of them on either side of my face just so you guys can kind of see the difference. I'm gonna start with the BB cream in light medium. And I'm literally just gonna use my fingers. I will say the stuff doesn't smell that great though. I really like how it looks on the skin, but not my favorite smell. It says that it has hints of coconut, but I love coconut and that's not what that smells like. So now I am going to use the MAC Face and Body, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand. Like I said, a little goes a long way. Like this is all I'm using. I could probably have done half of that. This is probably going to be able to do my entire face. And again, oh, so nice. It is like water. Beautiful. This is definitely a lighter coverage than the BB cream. Oh, I love this stuff. It's so pretty. This Face and Body is really good for normal to dry skin. So if you are an oily babe out there, a good alternative that I know at least comes from MAC is the Water Weight foundation. It is again really light, really sheer coverage, but it is more geared towards oily skinned ladies and gentlemen if you want to use that. I've personally never used it on myself just because I am not oily, but I do have some girlfriends that have used it, and just talking with some of the people that work at MAC, they said it's awesome and a really good alternative to Face and Body. So, okay, awesome. Do those shades match? Not overly. I've got two different colors on my face. Okay, cool. So now that that is in place, I'm actually gonna go in just with a little bit of powder, and you don't need to use a ton of powder, especially if you are somebody that is dry, but if you are somebody that is a little bit more oily, it's definitely something that you want to go in and do. I'm not going to use a ton of powder. We don't really want a ton. We're just going to put it at the lower points of our face just so that we don't really have like that greasy kind of look. I'm going to take a beauty blender for this, just not a wet beauty blender, but not a dry beauty blender. Even if you do want to spray just like a little bit of Fix Plus onto it and kind of just like roll it through your hands or dab it onto your arm, just so it has a little bit of moisture in it, but you don't want it to be overly wet because it's gonna not leave a very nice texture on your face. So I'm actually just gonna go into the corners of my nose here. Corners of my nose? I never know what to call these like little things in my, I guess they're my nostrils. Whatever. And then I'm just gonna go under my eyes. Again, very lightly. And then just a little bit in the middle of the forehead. And then just kind of right on like almost the apple of the cheek, but just like right here. And then just a little bit on my jawline. Basically all I want to do, because I do really want to maintain like that nice dewy finish. When I went in for my powder, I think I only tapped in twice and I barely had anything on there. You don't want to keep dipping into your powder again unless you're like really, really oily, but just make sure that you concentrate the powder into those areas like I talked about, like around the nose, anywhere that would really make you look like you're greasy and not like pretty and dewy. But you don't want to have too much powder. If you do have too much powder and go in there a little bit too much, that's okay. We can always just take our Fix Plus and just spray it down and it will illuminate us again. Like, look how pretty this is. Can you guys see it in the bottle? Like, it is literally like, oh. It's my new favorite. I love it. We're looking dewy and fun and fresh. We are gonna go in just with a little bit of color to our face just to kind of give us like a little bit of life back. And so we are going to go in with a blush now. I don't want to overly contour my face or overly bronze my face. I am going to go in with a bit of a bronzy kind of color. But again, for a no makeup look, you don't want to just be like chiseled because that ain't natural. And if it is, I hate you. I'm going to just use this little cute palette from Tarte. It was from their, I think it was from a Christmas collection, I'm pretty sure. It has like a really cute sparkly case to it. So I'm gonna go in and just with a couple more like neutral shades. So I'm gonna be using this one called Passport, and then also this other one called Sandy Cheeks. It's like more of like a shimmery kind of color. So first I'm gonna go in with Passport again, just with the same brush, my M501, and just kind of just go on the apples of my cheeks. Okay, and I'm just gonna take a little bit over the schnoz, just to kind of give us that, like, I was at the beach. I've got a little bit of a sunburn, but it's not quite a sunburn yet. Just looking like I got some sun. Look, that's a technical term. Okay, so now that we've got a little bit of life back into our face, I am going to go ahead with a more bronzy kind of color and a fluffy brush. So I'm gonna take the one called Sandy Cheeks, and it has like that shimmery kind of look to it, and just take this brush. I honestly don't know where, I think I got this from a BoxyCharm actually, but literally like any, oh, it's called Moda brush. Cool. You can take any sort of tapered brush or anything that's a bit fluffier, and we're just gonna kind of put it on the high points and the cheekbones. Ooh, we are looking very, very glowy. So pretty. So now that we have done that, I am going to take just a little tiny bit of my Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer, and just take my Morphe E4, it's like this little kind of tapered brush, and just tap off the excess and just give myself a little bit of a bronzy glow. I'm just tapping it, just stamping it wherever you want it. You don't need too much. A little bit there, maybe just a little bit around the nose there. Well, let's go a little bit under here too, to kind of conceal that double chin that I got over the winter. I honestly would stop here. Like, my skin's feeling pretty good. It's not feeling like greasy by any means. It's just feeling like nice and light and dewy, and I do feel really, really refreshed. We can just even give ourselves another spritz of Fix Plus just in case, yeah, you went a little bit too ham with that powder. It can always kind of take it down and just make it look like skin again. Another really good tip, I guess, is if, yeah, maybe you went in too much with the powder underneath your eyes, and I know that we did spray ourselves with Fix Plus, maybe that didn't take it down quite a bit, or as much as you wanted it to. You can always spray your beauty blender with the Fix Plus, and again, kind of take off some of that excess, just to make sure it's not super, super wet. And if you are looking, yeah, like really crepey, or if there's any areas that are just like a little bit too powdery, go in with your beauty blender, and again, just kind of go in and just really work it into the skin. It's just gonna bring back that like natural skin look. Okay, great. Okay, so next step, if you guys did want to keep going with everything, would be mascara, or you can really just curl your lashes if you want to using a lash curler. Look how much more awake I look just with my eyelashes being curled. No mascara, nothing. Beautiful. So yeah, so we just curled our lashes. My hair is doing its own fun, crazy thing, but that's okay because it is a no makeup, no hair. I mean, I have hair, but we want to look natural. Yeah. The next thing you could do is go ahead and put on mascara. Honestly, you could even use like a brown mascara for this. I don't have one, and I just realized that I could have got one before, but I did not. So I'm just gonna go in just with one coat of mascara, and this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It's very volumizing, voluminous. Mascara on my bottom lashes. I actually usually do my bottom lashes first, just so I can alleviate like, you know, mascara getting up here if I like do one of these guys, you know what I mean? So I do usually put bottom mascara on first, if that's a little tip for anybody. The next step would be just a lip gloss. If you wanted to do that, you could do a clear gloss. Honestly, some days I just put on a lip liner and then some chapstick. You could just do some chapstick. You could just leave it like this. Let's just throw on a gloss just for the heck of it. This is from Artistry, and it is in Misty Mauve. And then I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of a highlighter. This is just from, ooh, it's a little dirty. This is just from Cover FX, just from this little palette here. And then yeah, I'm just gonna take this highlighting color called Divine and go in just again with that same brush, my Morphe 501 brush, and just take a little bit of that and just put it right up here. Again, you could totally skip this step if you don't want to be overly like dewy, or if you don't really like a highlight. Totally not necessary, but I'm a little extra and I like a little bit of a glow. I do like the glow too because it kind of like distracts like people's eyes from if you do have any sort of yeah, like little imperfections on the face. So I do like to give that nice glow. Do a little bit more. Just on the Cupid's bow, and just a little bit on the nose. Take a bit above that brow, have that nice little C shape, because our glow's not gonna just like stop here, like it's gonna go around, because this is still a high point of the face. Beautiful. Now, if you do have any sort of like blemish or anything that you really want to cover and you weren't able to cover just because we are using really like sheer products or very minimal products today, what you can do is actually go in with an eyebrow pencil or a lip liner or any sort of pencil, and you can turn those blemishes into beauty marks. This is something that I learned from Desi Perkins. Thank you so much. And it's just, yeah, a really good way to hide any of those like gross little blemishes that you don't really want and can't really cover. So I've just got one right here, and then I also have one just right beside my nose. Just make them a little dark, so I'm just gonna go over top of it with my beauty blender. Alright guys, so this is the final look for the no makeup look. The dewy, summer, glowy, bronzy, whatever you want to call this look. Thanks so much for watching the video, you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button down below to like the video, and that nice little subscribe button so that you can keep watching videos with me, tutorials and other fun stuff that I have coming up. And then if you guys have any other questions, or if you have videos that you really want to see, please comment down below or hit me up on my Instagram. It's Jacqueline Rusnak Artistry. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.